Yo, what up? Hope y'all are doing well. Just wanted to make a quick video. A lot of fitness influencers will tell you it's just calories in, calories out. As long as your calories are a certain way, you'll be fine no matter what type of food you eat. And there couldn't be a bigger lie. That is not how the human biology works. We got whole foods right here. We got baked beans. Beans is a whole food, you know? But anyways, the way that it really works is that every vitamin makes a difference. Every mineral makes a difference. Every nutrient makes a difference. You really think a green juice is the same thing as a Gatorade just because they're around the same amount of calories? No. One has a completely different mineral ratio than the other. And that's the thing is your bones, which you need a healthy skeletal structure to build solid muscle. Your bones are made out of phosphorus, magnesium, calcium. They're not just made out of calories. So yeah, that donut might have 100 calories, but it's not going to give you the same energy as a fresh green juice with pineapple, apple, spinach, because that fresh green juice has potassium, calcium, amino acids. Even the ratio of fat you consume, omega-3s, omega-6s, omega-9s, that helps to create its own synergy and balance. So it's not just about how much fat you're getting, it's about the type of fat. You know what I'm saying? And certain things like walnuts and hemp seeds is high in omega-3s. Certain things like Brazil nut and coconuts is high in saturated fats. So there's different types of fats, each with its own benefit. And so if you're gonna sit here and tell me that it's just calories in versus calories out, that's not true. That's a blatant lie. And a lot of fitness influencers will try to sell you that because they just don't know what they're talking about, or they're trying to sell their course, or they're trying to sell their coaching, and maybe they're taking a bunch of steroids, or who knows what it is. But don't let them convince you that the type of food you doesn't eat matter. Of course, the type of food you eat matters. And if you're natural, every single micronutrient, every single mineral that you're getting enough of or not getting can affect your hormonal health. And I'm not saying you should just be blasting unlimited amounts of, like, people say zinc's good for your testosterone. I'm not saying just take a bunch of zinc, because you can overdo certain things too, and then that won't help either. But it's a certain balance, and that's why whole foods are so great. Because when your body, or it doesn't even have to be whole food, because even juicing can be great. But that's why um, it's good to pay attention to the health of what you're eating, because something like a green juice not only has zinc in it, but it has magnesium, it has calcium, and so it can help create a balance. When you juice like spinach with apple and pineapple, it has a whole array of synergistic nutrients versus like if you just take a calcium supplement, it just has that one thing, and that can throw other things off balance. I'm not saying supplements are bad, but I'm just saying you have to be careful with them. And here's the thing, I'm not even saying you have to eat just whole foods. That's not what I'm saying. Because in reality, in nature, um, like even juicing can be really good. People have healed diseases on a juice cleanse, and juicing is taking the fiber out of the food. So it's not necessarily the whole food, but that's processing the food in an intelligent way that's actually creating a benefit because you're getting more nutrients for less digestion. So processed foods like juices, especially like fresh squeezed juices at home, can be really good. So it's not just about if it's processed or not, but it's about the way that it's processed. So that's what I'm saying is there's so many factors: the way the food's processed, where it was grown, the soil it was grown in, Does the soil have amendments to it? When I went to Ecuador and did permaculture, I saw there's many different ways of growing things, and there's different things you can add to the soil to give it more of certain minerals. So that's what I'm saying, is there's so many factors outside of calories, like soil health, the antioxidants that are in the food, the minerals that are in the food, that if you think you're going to get the same results eating crap just because you counted your calories as someone that's paying attention to the actual nutrients they're getting, I believe you are misled and misguided by a lot of fitness influencers. And that's why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to bring light to it and say, yes, what you eat does matter, and we as a society should be thriving to make healthy organic food accessible for everyone at a cheap, affordable price. And we as a society should be thriving to make the soil better, and we as a society should be thriving to make the environment better, because it does matter and it does affect our lives, in my opinion. And if you want to just eat crap your whole life, try it and see how it affects you. Because I've had periods of my life where I didn't pay much attention to what I was eating, and or I thought I was paying attention, but I was misguided with a bunch of horrible information. And that's why I'm on here, to break some of these myths, because I think a lot of these myths, not only this one, but many other ones, can be very damaging, especially to like young people that are trying to get fit. Because, you know, as a young person, you don't need to deprive your body of calories to get fit. You can eat as many calories as you need to grow. As long as you're eating the right foods, then you're not going to put on unnecessary fat. And that's the thing, is different foods have different micronutrients which can affect your hormones, which definitely can affect the way you put on fat. So you don't have to starve yourself to get shredded if you're actually consuming the right foods. And if more young people knew this, they could balance their hormones a lot better. They could be a lot healthier, because a lot of young people, including me, I did this when I was younger. A lot of young people are starving themselves just to try to get fit, because the influencer says, oh, it doesn't matter, it's just calories. But it does matter. And you don't have to starve yourself to get fit if you consume the right foods, because your body will process those calories differently. It'll build more muscle with the right foods, and it won't put on unnecessary weight, and you'll look like a completely different person. And that's what young people need to know, is you don't have to cut calories to get fit. That can actually stunt your growth. And that's what I did when I was younger. Consume as many calories as you need, but make sure it's the right foods. Maybe get a juicer if you have to, so you can get in enough hydration. The body's mostly water. A lot of people are dehydrated, and regular water doesn't always cut it, because it doesn't have as many electrolytes. And that's why nature's water, things like fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, can be a great way to hydrate the body. So I hope this video helps. I'm going to end it here, because I could ramble on for hours. You get the point of the video. There's more to nutrition than just calories in, calories out. I've probably made a bunch of videos like this already, but I will continue to make them, because I believe that it is an important topic that not everyone maybe fully understands. So I hope this helps. Thanks for tuning in. I love you guys. And until next one, I'm out. Love and peace.